it's windy, bud. If I'm bitchy in this, we're just going to turn it off.
Gus is belting. Oh yeah, let's go get all this stuff off. Okay.
Holy shit. Better pay attention. I wonder what I was like. I'm so out of fucking practice. It's scary. I actually don't look like I'm reading it. That's good. Looks like I just have the whole book. God, I'm so fucking fat. Yes, I am. No, it's not the clothes. I'm fat. Don't worry, this wonderful lady there, who's the granddaughter, said, I said to her, that's such a great mask. And it was black, and it glittered, but it was in sequins. I said, that is really great. I looked at her, I said, you're younger than me. You're slim. I was like that once. And she just grinned and she said, you're not fat. I said, trust me. And she, there was about 4 or 5 inches. I said, I was 0 jeans. And she's probably at a 2. She went, really? I said, I was 0 under. Well, look what happened. And she's probably about 40 something. And I said, it'll happen. Anyway.
There, it's gonna really start some difference. Oh shit.
Did a pretty full day actually. What do you think of Lucky?
Where's the horse?
She doesn't want me to leave. She actually, well, maybe she doesn't want us to leave. I just love it when that. I'm gonna get in the van. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. So it's that's just me talking to the animal.
The big horse off.
Like, you know, when I come back out, no, I'm not just leaving you. I'm coming back. Did you like that? I think what you'll see if they don't interfere is some really incredible communication, because I'm seeing that regularly, and what she tells me is remarkable. And I don't even know if I can articulate it. So when she sticks her, she didn't do it the first time, she did it the second or third, I'd have to look at the tapes. By the third time with her, she would stick her nostrils up to my mouth and blow. And she's talking to me. So that's why I blow back in her nostrils, and whatever is coming through our breath, we got it. Okay? And it's unfortunate that she's got her face covered, but she's a horse, she could do that. So, yeah, you liked the little laugh, didn't you? that was pretty cool. I hope we got that on tape. She ate 4 apples? 5 apples. 5 apples! They're small apples. Like if they were big, so she ate about 4 apples. But she's still alive, so we haven't killed her yet. I've got more here we could take her, but they may survive. I took the ones that weren't in great shape. So, and we're not there every day doing it, so I... About every 2 weeks. We're kind of down there.
I'm pretty happy too.
I'm thinking we may be out there next week to see Pam. Now, Oh, I haven't done anything with those oranges, and you've got to eat some of those, and the other banana that I'll send up here. How much food have you got for tomorrow? Is there one more meal? That would work with what you're going to eat with lunch. And then I've got pickup on Monday. And I'm maybe not getting a big pickup. I haven't figured that out yet.
Bubbles too, eventually, okay? And I think some of
You asked about her. Yeah, well, she sat there for half an hour. Okay, so anybody else has done it the same, and I don't think Danielle sent the message out to anybody. She sent it out to me. That's it. Well, it's so we will put another message out, and Ray's video is not very good. I think we should just do it through Teams, tape it, and everybody, even if it's not perfect, who cares? But I wouldn't be screen sharing at that point. Oh shit. Oh, let's find this. Will be okay. Like, I won't screen share it. It's just, so there's not all that back stuff. And so what? You know, gallery view or whatever. Who cares? Because I start the meeting, I'm in the bottom.
Come on, jump up there.
minutes off of pulse. And just do that.
You're really not doing a very good job. Then you have to tuck it under the box. Do you need me to come and do that? Come on, Nia. Uppy. Come on. Come on. Okay, don't. I'm glad that we actually met with Tammy. I seriously like Tammy. Jump up there.
Minutes off of pulse. And just do that.
You're really not doing a very good job. Then you have to tuck it under the box. Do you need me to come and do that? Come on, Nia. Uppy. Come on. Come on. Okay, don't. Hang on. You're gonna throw these out the window. Okay, there.
Whatever it is, see? There's really got to go.
She's thinking about it. She's looking over here, and he's getting patted, and she's not. You are thinking about it, aren't you? You should come over. Why did you come? You don't want to go up there. You want to go up there? Maybe you want to go up there. Okay, I'm going up there. Whee!
Nope. This camera might be right.
Yeah, the tulips were out, weren't they?
It's turned out to be beautiful weather here.
I guess that's as close as you got to them. Well, that will be nice. And then we should have been out on the bikes all afternoon. Do you want to try to take... It's almost impossible to take the bikes out there for that with this.
Yeah.
Could we have taken the bikes? That's still tricky with 2 tanks and you there. Fuck. Can you get on the phone and try calling this respirologist and whatnot on Monday about your whatever
These guys
place?
are doing now. And I don't know what that is. If it's a maybe it's a tulip festival and we didn't know it.
Yeah, it was, so we didn't know it, but you had to pay to get into it. Yes, I know. You want to smack my arm or pat me.
Is it for tulips? I'm not sure it is. Should I go in closer? Or just, why not? Well, just for a minute, okay? I don't know.
What are you doing,
I don't
Mew?
know what this is, but this is a good way to get mucky, isn't it?
Mew, what are you doing? Oh, Mew.
What is that? Yes, no, I don't get it.
Oh, well, you could have leapt over the other way so I could have got you on tape, you little turd. Look at the clouds.
Find out. I'm not sure what
Look
it
at the
is.
sky.
Maybe I'm here to get tulips. What do I know?
Is that incredible? It doesn't even look real. Like I said, that's why I think people have said, is that for real?
Let me see something.
Yep. Like, wow.
That's about as close as we're gonna get, isn't it? Wow.
Shit, man, look at the way the camera pulls that up. We're 1/8 of a mile minimum. Not even full zoom. Oh yeah, put it on full zoom, man. You could count the ants. I was playing with that. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'll just go. I'll leave him out here to talk to. You can talk to. Is that Matt over? That's Matt over there. Go talk to Al.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where else can we put them. Well, we could line it up over the handicap stall. Yeah. And if somebody does come, we'll just valet them. They're taking care of them right off the bat. But I was thinking, how many do we got? We got 3 real cool trucks, right? Yeah. So I was thinking if we go like this, we go straight back.
Matt, right?
Yes.
Oh. I know. He just gets over focused on things.
Then I guess
Where did you take it? I
was taking it out to Abbotsford, and it.
No, where did you take it from first?
A guy in Abbotsford, but
Oh,
he's so
okay.
booked up, he won't accept anybody. That was just kind of a miracle. Right?
Because here is Girls on a Roll, which is on Alexander.
Yeah.
And Kelly is out on Progress Way, Chilliwack Motorcycles.
Oh,
Okay, so either one of those, yeah.
I should get that number or card or something.
Well, you just Google them. Girls on a Roll.
Girls on the roll. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll remember
Alexander, man.
But yeah, I'm having so much fun. I wish I'd done this years ago.
You should have done this years ago. Do you want to sit down? Are you okay?
Okay, you guys
Okay.
go coffee.
Okay, we'll go this way. Okay, you do your parking lot job. Come on, we're gonna go sit you down in the shade for a minute or two, okay? Huh? So you like that? Yeah, I don't know. What would they think of mine? They wouldn't know what it was.
Isn't this awesome? It's like a showroom of bikes here, hey?
So is my house.
You kind of work that. Yeah, it's kind of like you're working the whole deal.
And you are.
That's it.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
I'll invite you, right?
No, actually, I've met Matt before and the like, but I've known Al for years. Too.
Oh, great! Yeah, because I saw you guys were here for a little bit on the patio last week. I think you have to work. It's work. Right?
I have to be at Mady House for before 12 today too, but I thought we would stay for a bit. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, well, I mean, service usually runs from like 10:30 to 11:30, so you should have time to catch most of it anyways, right?
Sounds good.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
Other years too, we've had like a shooting gallery in the back.
yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that thing. Yeah, that pisses me off that there's a... Yeah, it's because it's one coat. That's why. Let me see this one. No, this one took.
Western. He wasn't raised culture at all.
There you... Damn.
What bothers me is that they're losing their language.
There you are. Oh,
You know?
there I am. Oh, God, am I that sweaty? Holy shit.
This one old lady I watched on a podcast, she was taken from her home when she was 11. There's that bloody religion again. I said, there's that bloody religion again.
That's okay, I'd agree with you.
And I'm a Christian.
What are we discussing? Residential schools?
No.
Oh, we should be.
There's a cemetery. This gentleman just said over there is a cemetery that is only for Norwegians.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
No Swedes buried there.
He's a Swede.
Oh. Maybe it's good to keep them in one spot. I hope you got that.
I did.
Okay, so, you know, and he won't get out of the van. He's on oxygen now, but that's, look at the water.
Yeah.
You said, and you're a Christian.
I'm a Christian.
Okay.
But you know what?
So what denomination? Don't worry, you might hear my whole life story at this rate.
No.
What
I'm a Presbyterian.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to
I'm
get
having a
pictures
problem
of you. I
with it
think
right
I can
now
zoom
because
this
we
in.
do communion, and
There,
communion
wave.
talks about the Holy
Oh,
Catholic
look
Church.
at that. I can
I'm mad
count your
at the
eyebrows
Catholic
with this
Church.
thing. Well,
I'm gonna have to start bringing a chair.
I was raised by the equivalent of a Southern Baptist minister who managed all the Eaton's floral shops through lower Southern Ontario and up towards Montreal. So what I'm saying is they were older and professional people, and I was an only child. My mother was a Pentecostal minister. She was one of the first women ordained in actually North America, and she wore pants in the 40s. So now you know what kind of person I am, I think. I've been associated with all sorts of things, including ran churches, and I'm with the pagan community and Indigenous, and you know, I'm still working through right now our body count that we are finding
Try to get pictures
of
of
kids
you. I think
and
I
why
can zoom
Canada
this in.
isn't fully up
There,
in
wave.
an uproar.
Oh,
So
look at that. I
that's
can
why I'm mad.
count your eyebrows with this
Yeah.
thing.
That's,
Yeah, I got 4 sisters, and I said, why aren't we screaming? at our MPs.
Yes.
Why aren't we demanding? Why do we just keep sitting and saying, I've always been the outspoken one in the family.
Yeah.
Since I was a kid. And the other three, they're just like, oh, we don't know what to say. You say it all. I said, all you gotta do is just say never again.
I think that's the thing, because we're in Canada, we think it isn't as important. This is no different than what was in the Holocaust. This is no different than
The blacks.
Argentina. I mean, yeah, we could just keep going there, so. I'll try to get pictures of you. I think I can zoom this in. There, wave.
What's the traffic like
Oh,
out
look
there?
at that.
You know,
I came in the
Count your
back way,
eyebrows
and then
with
there's a
this thing.
horse I visit, and then it's so hot, I'm taking him over to Hogan Park, which is headed towards that away, and there's a girlfriend we're going to meet, and I've got some kind of shrimp dip that's frozen solid, but it'll be thawed by the time we get there.
Right.
You got it. I can't get over the water levels. Look at this. Just incredible, isn't it?
And it's gonna get higher.
Oh, with this heat, yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'll try to get pictures of you. I think I can zoom this in. There, wave. Oh, look at that. I was count your eyebrows with this when the first stories broke. And the apparent surprise of Canada.
Bullshit. I was born in 1952 in Newton,
Yeah.
Surrey. And when I was going to high school, we knew that there were kids buried up in campus.
I know we did.
Residential school.
Well, and if for those that didn't, where have they been for the last 7 or 8 years with Murray Sinclair and the Truth and Reconciliation Committee or Commission all over the news? So
No, nobody listens to
no, they don't. So I was furious. I went through. It's difficult because I have a lot of ties and almost extended family in Indigenous community too. So there's a grief, and now it's just. It's just kind of a numb shock. How can we go on like this in Canada? You be careful, I'll go find my cigarettes next.
I sit here with my little ashtray right in front of me so I won't get any ash on the ground. Because I'm freezing from fires.
Oh.
Yeah, I was married to First Nations.
Oh, were you?
Yes, I was married to Geronimo's great 3 grades or 4 grades.
Oh my goodness.
I think it was only 3 grades because it only goes back 100 years.
Yeah.
Grandson. When Geronimo was put in the reservation at Winter Haven, Florida, some of his people came up to Canada.
Yeah.
And that's how his people, they settled up in Canada. But, he was raised Western. He wasn't raised in the culture at all. What bothers me is that they're losing their language. You know? This one old lady I watched on a podcast, she was taken from her home when she was 11 and sent up to Kamloops, and she was no longer.
That's cooler.
Be careful you don't fall.
It's hotter than hell out there.
Yeah. And to this day, she still can't speak Salish. And she's like 80 some odd years old. But her granddaughters do. They're learning the language from people who do speak it.
You see that house?
Yes.
Yeah?
That used to be in some movies.
Tell Squallow Whale.
Rare occasions. That particular house.
Yeah, there's one on Colebrook Road way out in Surrey that they do that too.
Was that right?
Yeah, just off King George, just west of King George. A big blue farmhouse.
So as I was saying, Yelis, tel squalawel, kai tel shakwat the squee, teliqual talio tal. I work with indigenous languages, and I work with upriver Halkomelem specific, some downriver, and also Anishinaabe Moans. So I can also say to you, I don't know, Nagitchinanda Mumpi Nungo, I'm happy to be here today and meet you. If you don't self-identify, neither do I, although I think we're matey. Amazing what you find out all of a sudden when you're 50 and people start to pass and you look at genealogies and say, oh, that's interesting. No wonder half the family. I have a cousin I reconnected with, of all things, on Facebook after 30, 40 years. And he said, well, you know why Vera and Ernie hated each other? Well, I don't know, because they were brother and sister and fought over who anybody was going to, I'm back east, stay and manage the farm. He says, no, because Vera knew the truth. What truth? Oh, that truth? So why do we do what we do? I got involved with Truth and Reconciliation Commission, ran circles, was involved with Indigenous languages, 15 years ago. Why? And Louis DeJager, he ran for our Liberal MLA and whatnot. He's Métis, and he said, no, he says, why do you do what you do? Because there's some connection, and you married into Indigenous, you never know.
Yeah, and
I think that lots of us, I think lots of us do not know, and we fool ourselves into all sorts of other things.
Well, I know I'm not Indigenous, but nevertheless, I have a lot of Indigenous friends. My girlfriend presently lives in Yak. She's from Falkland. Yeah.
Oh, language is really a great deal of it. It really is. That's the biggie. And if we could get white dominant, and when I say white dominant, I actually mean privileged dominant society, because it's more than just white anymore. We'll go somewhere with that thing, whether it's with Norwegians and Scots and whatever. No, now we have an Asian component and an East Indian component, but that all makes up that dominant privileged culture that ignores things.
Yeah.
And if they could get on board about Indigenous language, we could change stuff.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah. So, it's pretty out there. I like it. I wish he'd get out of the vehicle. It's cool.
You don't have a chair in the vehicle?
No, he just went on oxygen. Hello, there you are. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I get this. Wow, look at the pictures. Went on oxygen. Not quite a year and a half. So do you live close by?
I live in Abbotsford.
Oh, you're Abbotsford?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go grab my cigarettes and have a cigarette. How's that? And then I'll go get back in there, and he can just sit there. Pretty cool. My crab dip is at least melting.
Yeah, Brian, I've worked with him for 30 years.
Who did you work for?
Off and on. He just gets me to do the carpenter work.
Who did you work for, or did you have your own?
Well, I just work for a few of the local companies, and they call me up once in a while, to do the, because you get up on a flat roof, a lot of times there's you gotta do repair work or work on the flat roof, and the roofers couldn't do that. Brian would always call me up to do that.
So I'm Kai, and you are?
I'm Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. And Kai, Trans West. Sounds familiar.
Trans-West Roofing.
Yeah.
That's
Are you
right.
from Surrey?
But that,
Yeah, you bet.
20 years ago, I was in the trades and fire and flood.
Can't sit on the concrete.
Were you around then?
No.
You weren't. Where am I getting that name from?
Here?
Trans-West?
From here, 20 years ago?
Through the valley that way.
Did you know
So
that?
initially it was
I
with
was-
Fraser
Snow is
Fire and Flood,
Yeah,
Fraser Valley
I
Fire
just
and Flood,
noticed that
and then
today.
I was in business, And is that 20 years ago? I'm thinking right now, going, when was that?
We're going to see a talk right in next Tuesday or Wednesday.
Somebody I knew worked for a restoration company, but I can't pull the name out of my brain.
I lived out here
but yeah, I'm mostly from Surrey.
33 years. I moved here.
I just Cloverdale area, Newton area, and I sold my condo in Cloverdale 6 years ago.
And now you're in Abbotsford.
And now I'm renting in Abbotsford. Yeah.
Do you go sit in parks a lot? Good, I'll give you my phone number. We're in a strange world of COVID. I have met some really cool people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just...
In fact, I was going to say my new buddy. I've been down to visit her once, and she was out through, we met over that away and over at Glen Valley. I just say this age group. Actually, she's older than both of us. And still quite mobile. And has a place in Fort Langley. And we met in, of all places, the park down there, Glen Valley Park. And she was, I don't know, letting go a squirrel that she live trapped from going in her roof. And we started talking. And I said, oh, and da-da-la-da-la-da-la-da, and you live where? I said, oh, well, you know, here's my phone number. And the next thing I knew, yeah, I will give you my phone number. You never know. The world has become stranger.
Yes.
And it seems to me this is the way to meet people, because you don't go to Starbucks and meet them anymore.
Yeah. I'm very cautious, though, in the parks. I'm very alert.
Yeah.
Because I'm mostly by myself. And I like to be where there's nobody else. So if somebody comes along, like last night I was here, about 4:30.
Oh, afternoon, yeah.
Yeah, and about 6 trucks pulled in here. And the dust was flying and flying and flying around. Then I hear these beer cases coming up.
Uh-oh.
So the guys have to work. And they all sat right there in a circle. And they're having their beers after work. Which is illegal in a park. But,
yes.
You know, whatever. They brought a black garbage bag. They put all their food wrappers in the garbage bag. They put all their beer cans in the bag.
Okay.
They took it with them when they left.
That's okay.
They left in a cloud of dust and they arrived in a cloud of dust, just like guys on horses. Yeah.
And are you from this area? I'm Kai.
Pardon?
I'm Kai. Are you from this area?
Ontario?
You're from Ontario?
Well, actually, a week ago today we were in Parks.
Oh, I'm from Ontario. See, go figure.
You're from the Kootenays?
I'm from New Denver, BC.
I've got to find a trike or a spider, because otherwise, see, right now I don't just leave him at home. I could throw him in the back, but I'm not at my age. I'm not up to putting him on the back of anything with 2 and 3 oxygen tanks and the whole bit. It's just
burnt.
Ooh.
Well, I was wearing flip-flops.
On a bike?
Oh yeah, I was dressed like this.
Oh dear me, my goodness, my how. Me in full leathers, and aren't you getting bit? Cool. I think I just got a bite. Oh, it is good to meet you. And it's good to meet you. And we will. You will hear from me. Yeah, we're gonna go to. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that thing. I'm gonna go feed. I'm gonna go feed a horse that I call my horse now. And she's an old girl, and she's down in one of the fields that away. And I met the daughter of the man who owns her. And they claim she's lame. She don't look lame to me, but and you know, at this point, that horse, when I come around that corner with the van, didn't recognize the bike because I was out here about a week or so ago. She picks up her head and she's at the fence.
No, you're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
No.
Yes, and you know what? That says something to me too. I'm Kai, because and it means that horse is lame. Hi, Barbara. And I like a lot of trans breath. They don't like it. No, they don't. Oh, they really should. But I think that's cool. I like that. This is like this lane that I met in the parking lot. I thought fire and floods. You know, he moved out here. He came out to Chilliwack area to help the single daughter or something, and and he doesn't know anybody. And then during COVID, so initially it was with Fraser. Fraser Fire and
You
Flood.
have a good
Fraser Valley
sit,
Fire
and it's
Flood.
beautiful
And then I
here.
was in
Yes.
business.
Don't. Oh,
And,
oh,
so 20 years.
for sure.
I'm thinking right now.
Take care.
going, when was
Enjoy.
that?
You're going to see a talk right in
Come on, you. There you are. What'd you do with my other camera? Oh, it's just oh, it's muggy over here.
The name out of my brain.
Well, we're gonna go feed Lucky. What? No, it is. It's muggy. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that thing. And now you're in Abbotsford.
And now I'm renting in Abbotsford. Yeah.
Do you go sit in parks a lot? Good. I'll give you my phone number. We're in a strange world of COVID. I have met some really cool people.
So she said
In fact,
regularly she just comes down.
I was going to say my new buddy. I've been down to visit her once, and she was out through, we met over that away and over at Glen Valley. I just say this age group, actually she's older than
It is one, and I don't want that.
Still quite mobile,
I can't have it.
and has a place in Fort Langley. And we met in, of all places, park down there, Glen Valley Park. And she was, letting go a squirrel that she live trapped from going in her roof. And we started talking.
Well, you're going to have to come here.
I said, da-da-la-da-la-da-la-da, and you live where? I said, oh, well, here's my phone number. And the next thing I knew, yeah, I will give you my phone number. You never know. The world has become stranger.
Yes.
You're going to have to get the camera
and it seems to me
at
at
least
least the way to meet people, because you don't go to Starbucks and meet them anymore.
Yeah. I'm very cautious.
Whose girl are you?
Oh, yes, we'll get you a snack.
I'm very alert.
Yeah. You're shooting it at my breast.
Because I'm myself.
There, that's
And I
better.
like to be where there's nobody else.
Oh, she's still munching.
Somebody
Dripping
comes
all
along.
over me.
Like
Yeah,
last night, I
you're
was
dripping all over
about
me.
4:30.
Oh, look at the fuzzies all
afternoon,
over. There's
yeah.
all over my boots.
6 trucks pulled in here. And
All
the
over
dust
my
was
boots.
flying and flying and flying around.
Those are green apples. Are those
And
going to
I
be
hear
bad
these
for
beer
us?
cases coming up.
Uh-oh.
So
Yeah.
the guys have to work. And they all
No,
sat
you
right
don't get her
there
anymore.
in a circle. And they're having their beer sucked.
Foaming a lot.
Which is illegal in a park.
Yes.
You know, whatever.
How many are left?
They
no.
brought a black garbage bag. They put
I'm
all their
counting them.
food wrappers in the garbage bag. They put all their beer cans in
that's
the bag.
okay.
They took it with them and they left.
That's it.
They left in a cloud of dust and they arrived in a cloud of dust, just like guys on horses.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? 2:41.
And are you from this area? I'm Kai. I'm Kai. Are you from this area?
Someplace.
Stop over someplace where there's
You're from Ontario?
And
Oh.
there's trees here. Okay, I gotta go.
Oh,
for a
I'm from
drive.
Ontario.
Okay.
So go up.
Yeah, I gotta go for a
You're from the
drive.
Kootenays?
New Denver, BC.
Ah.
You know, right now we're gonna sit there looking at the train.
What a good girl.
What have you got? The air conditioning on?
And my window's open. So turn it the heck off.
I know.
Tim, you can't do that. You will blow the air conditioning unit. We've talked about this.
Yes, what? Yes, was that good?
Yeah, well, I realize that, but
That's right. And then I'll let you give her one more and we'll throw the rest of them out at the park. Oh, look at this. Hello. I'll let you have, give her one more after that. Okay, there you go. Oh, yes, I know, and he'll rub your... Well, you're not really doing that on her. Here. Try not to dribble in here. Okay, pat her nose. Tell her she's a good girl.
Good girl, Lucky.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
You're a good girl.
Yeah, it's hot. I know it's hot.
Yes.
Is it hot? It's hot.
Yes,
Don't
it
be
is.
dribbling on the van. Okay, here, take this. You're a good girl. Okay. No, careful the... Okay, there we are.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? 241.
Okay, so you're going to turn the
do
four ways off, okay?
Do you want to get out here? Do you want to do a stopover someplace? Maybe.
Stop over someplace where there's trees.
And, well, there's trees here. But, you know, right now we're going to sit there looking at the train. What have you got? The air conditioning on?
Yes.
And my window's open. So turn it the heck off.
Or if she
Tim,
wants,
you can't do that. You will blow the
suggestion.
air conditioning unit.
Hey, Daph.
We've talked about this.
We're going to be down at Hogan Park by about 2:30.
Yeah, well, I realize that, but maybe by the time we get
Okay,
going
yeah.
again and we're not sitting waiting for the train
Okay,
and
see you
anything
then.
else.
Hold on. There's nothing really between here and Hogan Park, is there?
There's Clearbrook Park, if all else, but that's about it. That's where we should have sat for 20 minutes. Is right there. And the fact that you just sat over there, you could have walked over and said hello to everybody. Just caught that crow.
Almost.
So this is your little bit of reprieve here, heat-wise.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, so we've got a good, what is it? 45. We've got a good hour to kill. Because it's only 15 minutes into moving from the edge of Abbotsford. So I really don't know what to do for an hour. Well, if I don't go back that way, I could go down through to, no, I can't shoot that way.
And any other suggestion?
Hey, Daph. We're going to be down at Hogan Park by about 2:30. Is that okay with you? Okay, we'll see you there.
Talking about taking the girl for a drive, but this morning she was acting up a lot. She was laying funny. She came over, jumped up beside me. She went meow, 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 meow. She went over to the door. My sense was she was feeling it. Okay, like she's telling me that she doesn't feel good. And yet, and then I put the other fan on, and that seemed to help, which gave me enough time to go out and get the cage organized, or you know, her summer house there. And then once she was in there, she suddenly, oh, I don't feel so bad. And then, are we going out? Yeah. So, well, Nia is not thrilled being in there, and I don't know how you're going to put him upstairs. You can't. He can't be. And so I don't expect they're going to be upstairs until maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, if we're lucky, and then it's 30-something. Still, making it about 33 to 35 with the door shut. Well, they may be in there for the next 2-3 weeks at this rate. here. God, nobody's in my picnic area. Well, guess what? We're taking it over too. Guess what we're doing? Okay, can you get in and out there? Yeah.
Climb for
Daphne. Well, we would have used picnic chairs. All else, we sat near the van. But I don't know if I want to try to change that now. You think this is hotter here? Let me go see. I wonder if we should go move our bed.
It's a plate if you want it. You don't really have to do it. I didn't bring a spoon. There's spoons in the van.
COPD. And you got to wear one of those? I got COPD.
Do you?
Is that what I'm going to end up with?
That's what you're going to end up with.
I don't know. Oh boy, those are tart.
Do you want one?
No.
Take one with you.
No, they're too tart for me.
Oh, okay.
I liked them when I was a kid, though.
Yes, they were good.
Delicious.
They were good.
Yeah, we like sour stuff when we're kids.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What? Oh, yeah. He's over after. We threw one, cut some up and threw them out there. He'll eat them.
Thank you, kind sir.
Oh,
hey, if you need another water,
thank you.
At that picnic table.
Sounds good. Okay.
Nice old store. Nice old store.
Yep. Okay, I was doing that. That's what I'm doing with those.
Nice and cold.
Look. Did you see that?
Yep.
I saw that. You were bringing a worm for the picnic. It's 40s. Oh my goodness.
I gave you one of these. What are you going to give me?
Oh, maybe that was what it was, eh?
And then it starts to blow.
Wow. Well, at that point, it's going to take forever for it to cool off upstairs. I don't know what to do with the cats. I take it they're down there for a while. And Monday, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've got Alchemil until about 1, and then I don't know what. I don't know if I'm even going to feel like doing anything. The house is going to heat. That's the problem. The house is heating up now. Usually it keeps till August. But, so much for that, right? Okay, so that's her little car. Okay, now what the hell does it look like? I think that's it, or is that just the other woman again? Oh, she's got a little gray car. No, that's the other woman again. No, it's not. See, it's another little gray car. No, really, Daphne, we're here. Oh, yeah, that's right, but the van is black. Oops. He's just trying to park in the shade. You open one of the lids up and take it off. Put the pierogies into with the other pierogies. And then you can use this for some whatever. Tim. And that's the fork that you ate off of. That's not cool, is it? Give me. Come on, Tim. We're gonna try to pretend that we're something, okay? This is really not a way to do it, though, is it? Put some of the chips in there. And then I don't know if there is another. They can use pork. Oh, it's a little, look, it's the little Rob. Move your arm. He is showing up saying, food. We got a little Robin over here that is just, how you doing? Well, hot as hell. Yeah, no kidding. Here, pull up a seat. Oh, you got your thingy, Bobby. Oh, good. Okay, excellent. Oh, God, you've been out in the sun? Are you nuts?
No, I've not been in the sun other than when I'm in the fucking car.
You're kidding. Oh, my God.
That's my Indian heritage.
Just...
Fuck, I can tan in January. I have tanned in January.
Yeah, okay. Good grief. Definitely know Let me go find my...
Oh.
Sure, why not?
It worked.
Well, that's good, that's good.
Right down the front. Pull the shirt out and let it go.
Yeah, you know that I did have children at one time. I was coming back from, I believe, Fort Langley, believe it or not. You were with me, and I had the old yellow truck. And it was this kind of temperatures. And I got home, and in my driveway, literally stripped the top off. And everybody freaked. And I had been driving for God knows how long. I thought I was going to die. You know, like no air conditioning and the whole bit. And like, who cares? You've seen boobs before. I'm going to die. And literally did that with water. Yeah. So, and back east, my relatives would have all been running around in their girdles and bras. Maybe they're bras. And that's how I grew up. So, big deal. Ask me that again.
What are all those spots on your neck?
I escaped a lynching.
I
thought it was
About last year or so, I got prickly. I'd never had it on my neck, like a prickly heat, which is basically what it is. And then the more you sweat, the worse it gets. And it was this year. I said, "What in the hell is doing this?" Well, it's what my age. It actually starts with the bike, with the helmet. So it sweats, and then I come down through here. People will say, "Oh, it's your earrings." No, it's the fucking helmet. But once it starts, that's it. It just goes all summer because it never cools off enough. Or
yeah, and I do believe it's bacterial.
Oh, it could well be that too.
Is there a way you can take your straps off and wash your straps?
Well, probably. I think I've done that. That hasn't really helped. Mostly it's...
No, but you need to do it more often than just once in a blue moon.
But mostly, no, once I get it, that's it. I mean, I could stay off the bike the rest of the summer. So it just stings, and the more I sweat, the worse it gets. So, like, now what? And calamine lotion doesn't seem to do dick, other than look ugly and feel icky.
Calamine lotion really doesn't do anything.
It doesn't. Nothing.
Except for allergic reactions.
So, you know, and I can't, I just can't handle
that's what
powders.
they coated my arm
with calamine?
in calamine after they did allergy testing.
No, it doesn't do
And
good.
I'm allergic to indoor-outdoor mold.
Yeah.
And grass pollens.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
And you can't get away from any of them
No, you
any
really
part
can't.
of the time of the year.
It's...
Because there's still grass pollen even in winter.
If she wants,
maybe not as bad, but it's still
give me another
there.
suggestion.
Hey, Duff.
Because
We're going to be down at
capture winters out here, so it's
Hogan Park by
constantly
about 2:30. That okay with you?
I felt a breeze. I felt a breeze.
Okay,
I did.
yeah.
I felt a breeze.
Hi.
Did you catch it? Or did you stop here with me for a moment?
No, I caught a little bit of
okay.
it.
Okay, good.
And I scored myself a George Foreman electric barbecue.
Oh, did you?
And I can either have it on a stand or on a tabletop.
Excellent.
Quick release of the latch, and you can just take it off the stand and put it on a table.
Well, he got a small one to replace whatever last year, and we never even used it, and there it sits this year. So... I don't know. Maybe they're little fruit fly things. I don't know what they are. If she wants. Come on.
There's flying little beetles.
Little thingies. Yeah.
Hey, Duff.
Just shit, man.
We're going to be down at
Anyway,
Hogan Park by about 2:30.
I scooped out.
Yeah.
That okay with you?
And I
Where'd you
also
get that?
scooped
Okay, we'll see you there.
from my friend Sandy.
Bye.
On top of that, I got a round table.
Yeah.
But it's in 3 tiers.
Oh, pretty cool.
Now space on top to put a lamp. And there's 2 bottom tiers for putting ornaments or what knickknacks.
Books. Your favorite read.
But it's an antique table and you won't find another one like it.
Cool.
Solid wood.
Oh.
At least I'm pretty sure it's solid wood.
Well, anything else, what would you think?
I don't know. I always have a look. It's in the back of my car right at the moment. Well, it's too
You
heavy.
guys, your car on the other side of the sun? Forget it.
In a second.
No, it's in the shade.
Oh. Yeah,
No,
but I gotta
I-
cross through the sun to get to it.
Not if you walk around
I don't
that
look too close?
edge.
Okay, I won't look too close.
Holy shit. God, it's humid in here. You folks better be happier over here. That is cooking. The humidity coming off of there.
I was already cooking when I come off the fucking roof.
No, over by the.
I know.
It feels like a freaking sauna. Shit.
This hot and I can't even eat.
I will do something with it tonight, or he'll finish it off or whatever. Or I'll eat that for throw it in Kevin's little freezer when I get cold. And I don't know about, I'm glad we're doing this today. I think tomorrow's going to be worse.
I think tomorrow we need to find a place where we stay cool. And
it ain't going to be at home. I don't know where to go. I really don't know. Because that's the other kicker, is mosquitoes or who knows what. And you wouldn't know with Quam Park. Quam Park could be like that because there's water up there.
Yeah, and where Quam Park is, the later part of the day, we'll get the sun all fucking day.
It will get sun, and then it will get a humidity.
It will be baking.
And hold it.
Hold it.
So other than that, I mean...
The only place that I know of that's supposed to be cooler than anywhere else is Sasquatch. Hemlock Valley. That's a ways out there.
That's a ways out. That's the only kicker. Yeah. So...
Other than that, that's the coolest place that I've been doing research on so far.
Stay home
unless you go to the top of a fucking mountain.
Well, unless I can drive it, I'm not going to get him there, am I?
I know.
So...
Not really
pragmatic, so we're kind of in. The worst of it is upstairs is horrendous. Actually, I don't think this is any worse than you being upstairs. Believe it or not, I think this is better than you being up there.
It's because you got airflow.
Yeah, well,
it might be hot, but
it's
still
hot,
have airflow.
But even with the fans, it's not enough. Like this way, there's at least, I know you're on oxygen, but there's a little bit of whatever. And the other thing I thought was, he can't, out front is bad. Even with the trees right now, my house is heating up. Usually it stays cool until August. Forget it. Like it is starting to cook, and I've got cedars all in front of it. But it's a southern exposure, and we've still got a lot of moisture in the ground, so it's just coming up.
Yeah, I know.
And the back is the only other place I can think of, but there's no real breeze there, although it is shaded. So, you know, see, that's what I always think of yours like. You know, some kind of shape like that. No, it's a okay, there, it's one of those. Ah. Your crow took off, and he's sleeping, and... So, I met more people.
Did you?
Coming back in, I stopped at one of the little parks. I met a nice lady. She's from out in Abbotsford. She's 70. You never know it. She's got a boyfriend now again, and she rides a motorcycle. He wasn't there. And so she goes and sits at this one spot. And then this other guy's from Aldergrove, and he regularly comes out there or to Glen Valley Park. And I said, oh, well, don't worry. We're going to meet somebody I met at Starbucks. We're all going to get together. So we're going to Glen Valley Park somewhere along the line. And then there would be, hopefully Pamela will join us from Fort Langley, and this Barbara, and I don't know what his name was, and you, and me, and Tim, and we're just all going to show up, and I don't know, I figured, you know, we all bring something like a bucket of chicken. We can just sit there and eat chicken for a while, but we're not doing it in this heat. No. Jeez. Like, Glen Valley's nice.
This is going to be a killer for me to even drive home. because my air conditioning does not work.
I'm not doing the highway. I won't do the highway.
It kicks in and out.
I will do the back way, because if perchance we end up with a traffic jam, you're stuck. So we go back in the back road.
That's why I veered off at number 3 road, but took the far side to hit McDonald's to get my smoothie.
Well, when he called, I almost said, well, do you want to go to Quam Park? Because, if you were, I thought you were McDonald's in Chilliwack. I figured I could have got there in time, but...
Yeah, no, I was right at Watson.
I think tomorrow's going to be worse. And I also think Monday is going to be on... Well, then again, by tomorrow, the humidity. At home, it might not be so bad, because it will have baked a lot of moisture out.
Yeah, do you guys got a chance to open your windows at night?
Well, sorta.
Yeah.
He's got his stuff going in a fan, but it doesn't make that much difference. It really doesn't.
You don't have a window, one at each end of...
No, he doesn't.
I wish I did.
But I put my girl in the garage. And this morning I went up there. She was just acting odd. I mean, well, not just stretched out, and she came up and sat beside me and went, and then went over to the door, and I said, well, what's up? And it's the way she came back and looked at me, and I said, okay, we're going to go tidy up here. It's a cat cage. It's a big cat cage. You could put a small dog in it. It's yeah. No, it's about this one. Yeah, about that. Yeah, it's a good size, because, she can have her potty box, and I've got a couple of those in the garage, like they just live there. I call them the summer home, because the cats, the boy will never survive upstairs. He just won't make it. He's madder than hell, because he feels pretty good down there. Oh, I'm in here and I'm locked up, but it's cool. Well, yeah, you'd be dying upstairs. So I got her downstairs, and then she's like, gee, I feel pretty good now. Are we going out? And I would have loved to have brought her, but this is too hot. Like it really is. So...
It is.
Yeah,
because it doesn't matter if you have all your windows open like I did.
It's too much. Yeah. So she's kind of on lockdown too, and I don't know about the dog. I guess the dog will just have to survive.
Jesus, Jesus. Okay, Tim, what do you want to do today?
I don't know. Find someplace cool.
Well, I figured at least we would drive to Hope. You can probably leave the air conditioning on.
Okay.
I don't know where else. I don't know where to go right now. That's the worst of it.
Yeah, I know.
It may not be as bad today. It may have baked some of it out, I'm hoping. I don't even think I can get the cats upstairs next week. Not at 34, I can't.
Yeah, I know.
You think you're going to be able to ride in 30 degrees?
Ride at 30, yeah.
34?
Should be able to.
Okay. Here's my baby. Here's my baby. Yeah. Whose girl are you, huh? Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, I just want the apples. I just want the apples.
Well, you're gonna have to come here.
Come here. Oh, come here. There. You're gonna have to get the camera up so you're at least. Is it turned on?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, girl. Whose girl are you? Oh yes, we get you a snack. You're shooting it at my breast. There, that's better. Oh, she's still munching. You're dripping all over me. Yes, you're dripping all over me. Oh, look at the fuzzies all over. There's all over my boots. Yeah. All over my boots. Those are green apples. Are those going to be bad for her?
Shouldn't be.
Okay. If not, then you don't give her any more. She's foaming a lot. So maybe one more, okay? I don't want to make her sick. How many are left?
Don't know. Haven't been counting them.
Okay, you better not. Okay, give it one more. Maybe we'll find some. Oh, look at the. Yeah. No, don't. Put it away. I had a good girl. Okay, I gotta go for a drive. Okay? Yeah, I gotta go for a drive. Yeah.
What a good girl.
I know. Oh, I know. I know. I know.
Yes, Lucky. Yes, was that good?
I thought it was inside. It was reflecting. That's right. And then I'll let you give her one more and we'll throw the rest of them out at the cart. Oh, look at this. Hello?
You know that.
I've been a few places that I need to stop.
Oh, well then in that case, hey, okay.
And I didn't even do the ass end, really.
Because as you know, if he goes on full flow, he's out of oxygen. He's got to stay on the pulse.
I don't know how well that's going to hold on the plastic. I fear it's going to scratch. Well, you know, you're not driving it, so it's a thing of. I tried to do the. I silvered the aluminum, the hubcaps, and where it has worn off, the edges are now peeling. It's like you got to go in and scrape it and try it again. But at that distance, it almost looks clean. Chris was really impressed. You painted the van? Well, yeah, I usually do a vehicle at some point that I have to.
Surprised because I haven't always liked doing it by brush.
What?
You're telling me to do it by brush? I go and it's like,
yeah.
I can't do that.
And it's worse because it's a newer paint and newer finish, clear coat. If it was an older vehicle, it would have gone on like a dream. It's because the newer stuffs. So I've got almost 2 coats on it. I could use 3. I could actually use to go through and do the sides of it, just down the sides. Another good heavy coat. And then I've got enough to sand. Like you follow what I mean? Otherwise I'm just taking it back down to the blue. Oh, now we got a problem. So that I literally am just kind of cleaning up the black. So it's either do a sand or just slap some more on it the next day or 2, which would actually be the smartest. And on the 45-degree day, I may be able to put it there, back it up in the sun, and never have to sand it because I can put it on so thick it will set. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, so that's my next bright idea. And rust coat's good for about 5 hits before it doesn't bond right. So if I get...
I'm concerned about your oxygen levels low, but you can oxygen.
I could choose to do that. Monday I could choose to just slap more on it. And it's supposed to be 45. So that would be Monday afternoon, 2 o'clock. And I don't even need the sun. It will be that hot.
I will find someplace to hang it. Right now, it would sit on the floor by the truck tire.
I think I'm going to deal with the trucks tomorrow and the bike. The pigtail has got to happen anyway. So the trucks need to be started. This one needs to be started. The garage needs to be vacuum cleaned. You have basically trashed that vacuum. Kevin and I cleaned it out and it's not something properly yet. Well, it's not like it was. And the other dirt devil is really due. I don't know what's wrong. You might need to look at it. I never could clean it up properly. I don't know why I don't have a vacuum. It doesn't work properly. The orange things I love to see.
It just feels like it has that if you let go of the wheel, that wheel should go.
And the pool table room, there's so much junk in it, but you know, if I just at least process a couple of containers of foodstuffs would be something that would have happened. And just, I can get at the washing machine. And I didn't know where the flies were coming from. Well, obviously there's dead onions in there, that's why. Was there any onions? They're all cracked? Well, that's why we have dead flies all over the garage. And I suspect they are all over on the other side too.
So, go over and...
See? We're at Tim Hortons. Okay. And I'm not certain if it's really all that meaningful. I have to go look at the van and decide I did a good job. Well, I didn't do a good job. If I was doing a good job, I would have sanded it more and all sorts of things.
You're doing 50.
Although I will admit that the rust coat will reduce the amount of heat going into the driver's side on the slide door. Like it will do that. And I lost metal underneath. That it's dropping and it's crumbling. So like I said, up underneath where it's rusting is not cool. Well, that will be into the floorboards. So I don't know what to do with that. The stuff that you do with spray foam would actually do it. No, we need to cover that area against moisture, and spray foam would do it.
Look at that. Gross.
Hello, are you going to talk to me?
Yes, we are. Who'd have thought it?
What?
Who'd have thought it?
Well,
Well, and it's actually not that intolerable. You know, you've got the sitting in here, you got the air conditioning. We're going to go for a drive. It's going to be really bad at Hogan Park, maybe. I said to Daphne, I said, well, there is a breeze that goes through there. We've got the pavilion. I said, and if not, there's lots of trees. And I've got lawn chairs. She's got her stool. I said, well, I got a lawn chair you can sit in too. So, for like tomorrow? Today. Oh, okay. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. We're doing that, going to Victory Church, coming home, and I guess, I don't know. Tomorrow is even hotter, and I doubt I'll take the bike out at 2 in the afternoon. But if you're already out, it's different. Yeah, girl. Oh, I just want the apples. I just want the apples.
Well, you're gonna have to come here.
Come here. Oh, come here. There. You're gonna have to get the camera up so you're at least. Is it turned on?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Whose girl are you? Oh yes, we get you a snack. You're shooting it at my breast. There, that's better. Oh, she's still munching. You're dripping all over me. Yes, you're dripping all over me. Oh, look at the fuzzies all over. There's all over my boots. Yeah. All over my boots. Those are green apples. Are those going to be bad for her?
Shouldn't be.
Okay. If not, then you don't give her any more. She's foaming a lot. So maybe one more, okay? I don't want to make her sick. How many are left?
Don't know. Haven't been counting them.
Okay, you better not. Okay, give it one more. We'll find some. Oh, look at the. Yeah. No, don't. Put it away. Okay, I gotta go for a drive. Okay? Yeah, I gotta go for a drive. Yeah.
What a good girl.
Oh, I know. Of course, it's when it's just there.
Yes, what? Yes, was that good?
I'll let you give it one more and for the rest of the day. Oh, look at this. Hello. I'll let you have, give her one more after that. Okay, there you go. Oh yes, I know, and he'll rub your, well, you're not really doing that on her. Here. Try not to dribble in here. Okay, pat her nose. Tell her she's a good girl.
Good girl, Lucky.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
You're a good girl.
Yeah, it's hot. I know it's hot.
Yes.
Is it hot? It's hot.
Yes,
Don't be dribbling on the van. Okay, here, take this. You're a good girl. Okay. No, careful the. Okay, there we are. Right here. 4. Okay, so you're gonna turn the four ways off. Okay. Yep. Thank you. Yes, it is. Talk to me?
Yes, we are. Who'd have thought it?
What?
Who'd have thought it?
Well, and it's actually not that intolerable. You know, you've got the sitting in here, you got the air conditioning. We're going to go for a drive. It's going to be really bad at Hogan Park, maybe. I said to Daphne, I said, well, there is a breeze that goes through there. We've got the pavilion. I said, and if not, there's lots of trees. And I've got lawn chairs. She's got her stool. I said, well, I got a lawn chair you can sit in too.
So what, tomorrow?
Today.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. We're doing that, going to Victory Church and coming home, and then I don't know. Tomorrow is even hotter, and I doubt I'll take the bike out as much as the outside. It's on. If you're already out, it's different. Oh well, this is, otherwise, Tim, I will get sick when I get out of this, and you will too. So this is the little bit of reprieve. I found that being in Starbucks, it is so cold. They've got it running so cold. By the time I came out of there, and we waited. I stood in line up inside.
There, we're defrosting it.
Okay. I just felt like I wanted to vomit. They're gonna make it worse bad. It was awful. And I don't even know if I should stop and fix the banding on my foot. Like it is this is this bad. Two other things that I should be sitting up in the window as well. So I'm gonna probably get that happening too. That's a good idea. Some of these things back out. The meat I will let stay quasi-frozen because I buggered it last time, remember? There, we got another one in there. Turn that container. Yes. And then I'm going to discover where one of the other ones goes and maybe turn it back over to 49. We've got enough time to do that all. Another place is, Edenvale.
What?
That's where we were, at Edenvale. Pretty cool, huh? It isn't even worth the effort trying to do it with the camera. pretty cool. Yeah, is that pretty cool? You notice the temperature drop already?
Yep.
Yeah. And we wonder why the earth is scorched. Oh, shit. We've just chopped a whole bunch of trees down, and that will affect it behind us, not just in one place. Chop down in one place will affect somewhere else, too. Got enough timeline that I don't think we're gonna. Yes, gray, right? Gray. I'm almost certain this one does. Okay. There. So now we're on the adventure moment. Okay. Okay. Not necessarily wonderful. Not how I wanted to do it. But it's a thought. 272nd. Okay. Why not? I guess we'll try this. This is going to take us down over the railway track and back to the river road. The cows are all in probably because it's fucking hot. Such a great house. Oh, gorgeous. Look at the garden is pretty too. No, you're not getting out, I take it. I know, that's fine. Down here, I've got enough timeline that I don't think we're gonna. Yes, gray, right? Gray. I'm almost certain this one does. Okay. There. So now we're doing our adventure moment. Okay. Can you see? Can you see? Okay, let's put it in this one. See, and then, well, you're a little bit more in the shade anyway, aren't you?
No, not really.
Well, I'm sorry, Tam, but that's how life is then.
Yep.
Come on. Yeah, it's because it's one coat. That's why. No, this one took. There you damn. There you are.
Yep.
Oh, there I am. God, am I that sweaty? Holy shit. you do? Get out for a few minutes. Grab the apples. You're going to play with that and the camera. Grab the apples. They're on the floor. And then you can give me one to give her. And you're going to feed her the rest of them. Okay? Be like that. I said, no, there's a horse down that way. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Haven't you ever seen her? What time is it? What time is it? 1:30. Okay, that's fine, because by the time we get back in, we're just about on the right timeline. No, we'll call them both. If Pam's up to it, more the merrier. Come down and meet everybody. Call ourselves the Park Club. What?
Right.
Yeah. Now, which side is she on? Right there?
Yep.
Did she get out? Okay, that's good. You turn your, look at that. Here, you've got to work with the camera. I'm gonna give you an apple. Okay? Turn on your four ways.
Hi, lucky.
Just lucky.
Hi, lucky.
Just lucky. Well, are you gonna work with the camera too?
What's your owl?
Well, Tim, no! This one.
What are you doing, Lucky?
Oh, did a good girl. Oh, I just want the apples. I just want the apples.
Well, you're gonna have to come here.
Come here. Oh, come here. There. You're gonna have to get the camera up so you're at least. Is it turned on?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Whose girl are you? Oh yes, we'll get you a snack. You're shooting it at my breast. There, that's better. Oh, she's still munching. You're dripping all over me. Yes, you're dripping all over me. Oh, look at the fuzzies all over. It's all over my boots. Yeah. All over my boots. Those are green apples. Are those going to be bad for her?
Shouldn't be.
If not, then you don't give her any more. She's foaming a lot. So maybe one more. Okay, I don't want to make her sick. How many are left?
Don't know. Haven't been counting them.
Okay, you better not. I'll throw. Give her one more. Oh, look at that. Yeah. No, don't. Put it away. I had a good girl. Okay, I gotta go for a drive. Okay? Yeah, I gotta go for a drive. Yeah.
What a good girl.
I know. Oh, I know. I know. I know.
Yes, Lucky. Yes, was that good?
Yeah, I have thought it was blue sky. It was reflecting. That's why. And then I'll let you give her one more and we'll throw the rest of them out at the park. Oh, look at this. Hello. I'm gonna let you give her one more after that. Okay, there you go. Oh yes, I know. And he'll rub your. Well, you're not really doing that on her. There. Try not to dribble in here. Okay, pat her nose. Tell her she's a good girl.
You're lucky.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
You're a good girl.
Yeah, it's hot. I know it's hot.
Yes.
Is it hot? It's hot. Yes. Don't be dribbling on the van. Okay, here, take this. You're a good girl. Okay. No, careful. Okay, there we are. Why didn't you leave the...
See you next time, Lucky.
Okay, so you're going to turn the windows open. Okay. A bit. There. I don't know if it's cooler here or under the tree. It's actually... How are you doing?
Warm?
Yeah, well, it is warm, and I don't know where else or what to do. We could go up to Quam Park or try to. Do you want to try to do that when she gets here?
No.
I don't know if it would be cooler over by the table. I think when she starts to get stopped and seated. So open the one with the meat. And those. And look at that. And those you can probably eat for supper or not. Pardon me?
Probably, yeah. Just don't worry about that yet. That, yeah. It's down this way. I don't know where else to go right now, so what the heck, and there's a sour cream there. And then we'll get the other damn things open too. What did you do with the apples? You threw them out on there? Yeah. Okay. We'll get that in a minute too. No, I got this. Yeah, is that a little less muggy? Yeah, I think it feels a little less muggy. I'll get myself something to fucking sit on. What? Scorpion sausages.
Well, you could set stuff out, okay, rather than me doing it. And I may go find a cushion to sit on or something, and I don't know what. Hang on. Would you put the lid on this stuff, please? Unless you want to start eating, and if you do, go for it.
Yeah, there's a better breeze here.
Yeah, well, because the sun is hitting the top of that, that's why. Oh, there's Sam. How are you? You are. You eat some of that. There's a plate if you want it, but you don't really have to do it. I didn't bring a spoon. There's spoons in the van. No, this is not that bad.
It's been a lot worse.
Huh?
It's been a lot worse.
Hello.
Hi. Ice cold.
Oh, is it ice cold? Oh, he'll be thrilled. Thank you.
Froggies.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks good. That's shrimp, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shrimp cocktail.
Shrimp cocktail.
Oh, that's cold.
Thank you. You want something?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, well, you should probably have something to eat.
I'll have a tomato.
Have a tomato.
Oh, I'm just going to go smoke a pipe load.
Oh, okay. We'll let you go do that.
You go ahead on that.
Cool down. Emphysema.
COPD.
And you got to wear one of those?
Yeah.
I got COPD.
Do you?
Is that what I'm going to end up with?
That's what you're going to end up with.
Oh boy, those are tart.
Do you want one?
No.
Take one with you.
No, they're too tart for me.
Oh, okay.
I liked them when I was a kid, though.
Yes, they were good.
They were delicious.
They were
Yeah,
good.
we like sour stuff when we're kids.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Oh, yeah. He's over after we threw one, cut some up and threw them out there. He'll eat them.
Thank you, kind sir.
Oh,
Dave, we need another water.
Thank you.
Sitting at that picnic table.
Sounds good. Okay.
Nice old store. Nice old store.
Yep. Okay, I was doing that. That's what I'm doing with those.
Nice and cold.
Look. Did you see that?
Yep.
I saw that you were bringing a worm for the picnic. Oh my goodness.
I gave you one of these. What are you going to give me in return?
Oh, maybe that was what it was, eh? Wow. I'll tell her you turned the phone on.
Okay. See you then. Just had him on the phone to get herself another cold drink. Should I leave it on?
Yeah, leave it on. I had turned it off. And my mom was calming down again. And I just start to sweat like you wouldn't believe. And why are they still handling those things out? Those are not safe.
What things are?
Those oxygen type tanks are not safe. It's and the black will. It doesn't until you get real close to it and you say, oh, are there brush marks or rub marks, or but it looks really clean comparably to what it was.
Did a good job.
I wish I'd done a second, third coat on that one door. I'm gonna have to do that today.
I should have told her meet us at Quam Park. Wonder if it'd be any cooler up there. Actually, it might be even more fucking humid. I look like her. See, she has this gray car. Then there's enough little gray cars. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
So how does the van look?
Actually looks pretty damn good.
Go figure, huh? If you get close enough, there are some brush marks.
I can see right at the top of the door, but you know what? Hardly noticeable.
Well, the thing is they can be taken out if I wanted to do it. You know, light sandpaper on the palm sander, and you just go over where you're seeing them, and then you give us basically a skim coat, and they just disappear. But I can't be bothered to do that right now. Believe it or not, the wheels are a bitch, because the wheels were all the finishes off of them. So where there was a little bit extra, I took the knife, cleaned it. When I hit it with the aluminum paint, it started to lift on the edges. But at that point, I don't care either, because from this point, it looks clean. Who cares? So what? But I had enough rust in places on that slider that really, all along the bottom. And on the other side, I never did it last year. And I may have to deal with the floorboards. I better check them, because what feels like is going back up underneath. And I don't feel like bondoing under it. I'm going to do something else, like a spray coat.
Looks a little smoky out here.
I thought I smelt it the other day, too.
Well, there's a fire just outside of Hope.
Then I did smell it. I did.
I think it...
I did. I did smell it.
I can't remember where they said it was, but it's just on the outskirts of Hope.
I did smell it then. There he is. Yep.
You never know. Yeah.
Is he okay? Is that what's going on?
Okay.
It's because the heat.
I'll give you a call later.
Oh, shit.
Bye-bye.
I don't know what to do about it.
Nothing you can do.
Well, why is he out in the fucking...
You know what the bird is doing?
What's he doing?
He is anting. He's sitting on top of an anthill.
Is that what he is doing?
He is letting all the ants crawl on him. That's how they clear off all the lice.
That's right. That's what he's doing, because the ants will be up with the
he's anting.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah. Huh.
And it's rare to catch them doing it.
I figured it was because of the heat.
No, but because he shouldn't be in the shade otherwise then.
He's letting the ants crawl on him to get all the parasites.
That's cool.
Sit.
But it's rare to catch them doing it.
I'm going to go and rinse my cloth out again, but I'm going to... This has got... It's stained to shit, but it's got Mr. Clean on it to boot. It's what I used... It was still in the van, thank God. And I washed a truck this morning and cleaned it up on the outside and raked a bunch of swept the driveway, and I'm just covered in gunk, which almost starts to itch and sting, you know? Yeah, when you get hot.
So whose vehicle is that?
He's next door someplace. He's an old dude or whatever, and yeah, he may be hanging out in the van at this point. Well, he was sitting over there. Nice guy. He ate a tomato.
No, I don't want it there. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know if Quam would be any better. Yeah, but the water and the humidity levels. And
Yes, my baby.
I don't think it was this hot.
Yes,
Lord,
my
out there
baby.
to go and find it cooler.
Whose girl are you, huh? Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, I just want the apples. I just want the apples.
Well, you're gonna have to come here.
Come here. Oh, come here. There. You're gonna have to get the camera up so you're at least. Is it turned on?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, girl. Whose girl are you? Oh yes, we'll get you a snack. You're shooting it at my breast. There, that's better. Oh, she's still munching. You're dripping all over me. Yes, you're dripping all over me. Oh, look at the fuzzies all over. There's all over my boots. Yeah. All over my boots. Those are green apples. Are those going to be bad for her?
Shouldn't be.
If not, then you don't give her any more. She's foaming a lot. So maybe one more, okay? I don't want to make her sick. How many are left?
Don't know. Haven't been counting them.
Okay, you better not. Okay, give it one more. Maybe we'll find some. Oh, look at the. Yeah. No, don't. Put it away. I had a good girl. Okay, I gotta go for a drive. Okay? Yeah, I gotta go for a drive. Yeah.
What a good girl.
I know. Oh, I know. I know. I know.
Yes, Lucky. Yes, was that good?
I thought it was inside. It was reflecting. That's right. And then I'll let you give her one more and we'll throw the rest of them out at the cart. Oh, look at this. Hello. I'll let you give her one more after that. Okay, there you go. Oh yes, I know, and he'll rub your. Well, you're not really doing that on her. Here, try not to dribble in here. Okay, pat her nose. Tell her she's a good girl.
Good girl, Lucky.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
You're a good girl.
Yeah, it's hot. I know it's hot.
Yes.
Is it hot? It's hot.
Yes,
Don't be dribbling on the van. Oh yes. Okay, here, take this. You're a good girl. Okay. No, careful not shooting. Okay, there we are. There, that's better.
See you next time, Lucky.
Okay, so you're gonna turn the four ways off, okay? Yes, you're dripping all over me. Oh, look at the fuzzies all over. There's all over my boots. Yeah. All over my boots. Those are green apples. Are those going to be bad for her?
Shouldn't be.
Okay. If not, then you don't give her any more. She's foaming a lot. So
So maybe in one more. Okay, I don't want to make her sick. How many are left?
Don't know. Haven't been counting them.
Okay, you better not. Okay, give it one more. Maybe we'll find some. Oh, look at the. Yeah. No, don't. Put it away. I did good, girl. Okay, I gotta go for a drive. Okay? Yeah, I gotta go for a drive. Yeah.
What a good girl.
I know. Oh, I know. I know. I know.
Yes, Lucky. Yes, was that good?
I thought it was inside. It was reflecting. That's right. And then I'll let you give her one more and we'll throw the rest of them out at the cart. Oh, look at this. Hello. I'll let you give her one more after that. Okay, there you go. Oh, yes, I know, and he'll rub your... Well, you're not really doing that on her. Here. Try not to dribble in here. Okay, pat her nose. Tell her she's a good girl.
Good girl, Lucky.
Yeah, she's a